Can you hear me, girls? How are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah? How are you singing?
I'm good too.
Well done, girls. In London, there is a heat wave. So today is meant to be extremely hot for English weather. I think right now it's 28 degrees and it's 9 in the morning. So around noon is going to be over 30 degrees. And I know for Malaysia, that's just regular weather. But for the UK, they are crazy. People don't have any air conditioning. So it's really hard to breathe inside. If you live in a small flat, it's really hard. So yesterday, everybody was outside in the parks. My dog was really hot. I'm dog sitting for a friend, and he was really, really hot. What's the weather like in Malaysia now? I know it's winter. What's the weather like, Tan?
Sunny.
Sunny. How many degrees? Do you know how many degrees there are?
Maybe 34, 35.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's normal weather there. Here, it's exactly the same weather, but everybody thinks we're going to melt. Okay, girls, I had a look at your tests and I returned it on Google Classroom. Can you have you had a look at it to see what you got? Both of you had a little bit of a hiccup with the exercise on conditionals. So both of you had a bit of a problem with exercise 4, I believe. Other than that, fantastic answers. A very good job. I was very pleased with all the other answers. But I think for the exercise with the conditionals, we need a little bit of revision. Yeah, so we're going to start today with a reminder of what the conditionals are about. So let me share this screen. Right, so for the conditionals or any sentence with if or condition, we have 3 types. We have the 0 conditional, we have the first conditional, and we have the second conditional. The 0 conditional expresses a certainty. So when something is sure to happen, if I go out in the rain, I am wet. Yeah, if I go out, I am wet. So present tense, That's the certainty. If you put your hand in fire, you are getting burnt. Yeah. So a certainty is something for sure to happen, and you have to use present tense in both sentences. The first conditional is a real possibility, and you have to use present simple and will in the second phrase. And the second conditional, it's an unreal possibility. For example, you use past simple in the first sentence and would in the second sentence. We're going to do some practice with all of them today, just so we get an idea where we are not understanding it. So I have this worksheet on the zero and first conditional. Let's have a look at it together. So what we're going to do with this, right, I'm not going to share it with you. We're just going to do it together as we go through it. Zero conditional, something that is true. If plus present tense, and then in the second sentence, present simple again. First conditional, something that it's a possibility. If, present simple, and then will or can or may or must. We talked that it can either be the future simple or modal verbs. Right, let's have a look at the first sentence. If people something eat, and you have the option eat or would eat too many sweets, they are getting or get fat. I think it'd be better if I send you the link so you can follow these with me and you can look at the options. So you open it at the same time. Yeah, you open it at the same time. And maybe I'll give you a couple of minutes. I think that's best. I'll give you 4 minutes to have a look at exercise 1 by yourselves. And then we are going to check it together. Okay? Okay. I think you had both a little bit of time to look at the options. Now let's check. Singing, can you tell me the first sentence?
If people eat too many sweets, they get fat.
Perfect. That's exactly what it was supposed to do. Tan?
If you smoke, you get yellow fingers.
Fantastic. Singing?
If children play outside, they will not get overweight.
They don't get or didn't get? Which
Don't
one?
get.
They don't get overweight. Well done. Tan?
If you heat ice, it melt.
It melt?
It melts.
That's it. Well done. It melts. And the last one, Singing?
If I speak to John, he gets annoyed.
Fantastic. It gets. Third person always gets the yes. Well done, girls. Fantastic. That was the zero conditional. Now, for number 2, I want us to match the sentences to what makes sense. I'll give you again 2 minutes. You can draw lines with a pencil. Okay. Let's check together. Singing. If you eat fast food,
If you eat fast food, you gain weight.
you gain weight. Perfect. If you study hard, then
If you study hard, you get good grades.
that's it. You get good grades. Singing.
When she works early, she wakes up early.
True. Perfect. Oh. Where's okay? Here, let me. Number 4, 10.
I always wear a jacket when it is cold.
Very good. Why is it not letting me? Huh. Okay. Singing.
He never buys lunch if he doesn't have cash.
Perfect. 10.
When you heat water, it boils.
It boils.
Boils.
Very good. And the last one, singing.
Does ice melt if it is in the sun?
Yeah. Perfect. Well done. Okay. Now, for exercise 3, we need to organize those words to build type 0 conditional sentences. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes to have a look at them. If something Okay, it's quite tricky actually, this one. Let's see how you've done. Has anyone figured out the first one? Singin, do you know the first sentence?
I can try.
Go on.
If you leave gates open,
Mhm.
farmers in the barn get very angry.
If you leave gates open, farmers in the barn get very angry. That's it. Fantastic. Did you have another option, Dan?
No.
No. Yeah, I was a bit stuck on this one, to be honest, because I was thinking if you leave the barn gates open, farmers get very angry. But I didn't have the in anywhere. So you definitely figured it out, Singing. Well done. Number 2, Tan.
If you don't use a seatbelt, you have more chance of dying.
If you don't use a seat belt, you have more of a chance, more chance to die, you said. Let's see if we used everything. More chance to die. If you don't use a seat belt, you have more chance. More. What about that of? I think we're not using the of.
More chance of dying.
That doesn't work. It should be more chance of dying. Singing.
My answer is same with done.
I think it should be here, more of a chance to die, but there's no a there, which is a bit confusing. Do you see what I mean? If you don't use a seatbelt, perfect, you have more of a chance to die, more of chance. More of chance doesn't work. It has to be more of a chance. Anyway, let's do the last one. Singing.
If you add sugar, it tastes sweet.
Perfect. If you add sugar, it tastes sweet. Perfect. Well done. Right. For number 4, you need to fill in the gaps with the words in this word box. Report, do, explain, help, hire, might, not tell, not want, should, or blame. Okay, so I'll give you girls a couple of minutes and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, let's have a look, girls, at exercise 4. I feel like one or two of them are a bit incorrect as well, because there's a word missing. Anyway, let's have a look at sentence number 1, Tan. What did you say?
She will be able to do more at work if she hire an assistant.
If she
Hires.
that's it. Well done. If she hires an assistant. Excellent. Now, this is where I think there's something wrong. If you doesn't have a verb. If you the crime to the police, they will something you. What did you think singing for this one?
Report.
Yeah, it should have been if you report, but there's no gap here. If you report the crime to the police, they will, what would the police do? What could it be? They will help you, probably. Yeah, so this one is incorrect because it doesn't have a verb next to the you. If you report the crime to the police. Number 3, singing.
He do
Sorry?
he do understand if she might why she has to leave.
She will understand if she explains why she has to leave. Is understand one of them? She might, you said. Did you say she might? He might. He might understand if she explains why she has to leave. That's it. Well done. Tan.
If you don't want to go with them, you should tell them.
Excellent. Perfect. And the last one, singing.
If if you do not tell your boss, he might report someone else for the mistake.
Not report here. So you made a mistake, but you're not telling your boss. So he might think it's someone else's mistake. What's a good word that works there?
Blame.
Yeah, you might blame. So you might think that it's someone else's fault. You might blame someone else. Well done. Yeah, this one was a bit tricky because I don't think it was constructed very well. Right, let's have a look at exercise 5 now. The same thing, but this time it's a first conditional. So present and will or modal verbs. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do exercise 5. Okay, let's see. The first one is pretty easy, I think. Sing in.
If you keep your clothes in the wardrobe, your room will look much tidier.
Perfect. Okay. Next one, Tan.
If you saving money now,
If you start saving money now,
if you start saving money now, you
yeah, this one is a bit wrong as well. Not sure. Sing in, do you have an option?
If you decide to Australia, you should start to go saving money now.
Almost. It's a bit wrong here because decide to should have decide to go to Australia. So it's a mix of what you both said. If you decide to go to Australia, you should start saving money now. Yeah, so decide to go to Australia. That was wrong. So it's none of your fault. It's just the way this worksheet was constructed. Okay, let's see if the next one is okay. Dan?
if the storm starts, we have to we
Wrong start. If we sing in,
If we want to arrive before the storm, we have to
before the
start
storm starts.
before the storm starts. We have to hurry.
If we want to arrive before the storm starts, we have to hurry. That's it. It's really tricky. These kind of exercises are so tricky. So if we want to arrive before the storm starts, we have to hurry. Have to, it's another modal verb. Excellent work, girls. Honestly, this was really tricky. Last exercise, match the parts of the sentences, the beginnings with the endings. Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes to do it and then we'll check together. Singing, we're looking at exercise 6 now. I gave Tan a couple of minutes. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of minutes too. There's a bit of a misspelling in 6. If Susan refuses, there's an S missing there, and Susan is wrong spelled. Okay, girls, let's have a look. Last exercise. So, Dan, you had a bit more time to think. Can you do the first one for us?
You will be late if you don't hurry up.
Very good. Singing?
If we drive to the city center, we won't go on a trip to the forest.
Yes, that works. I was thinking about different one actually. Dan, did you write a different one for this one?
No,
No. Okay. Right. We'll do it like that, and we'll see if it works better later on. Dan, number 3.
if it rains a lot tomorrow, it will be difficult to find a parking lot.
Yeah, that works. This is the one that I wanted to say for the city center. It's usually hard to find parking in the center. Anyway, yeah, I think both of them work anyway. Singing, number 4.
If you don't invite them, they will not come to a party.
Yeah, that's straightforward. Dan?
She will pardon you if you apologize to her.
Very good. Number 6, singing.
If Susan refuses my marriage proposal, I will feel disappointed.
Excellent. And number 7, Dan.
Helen will fail the exam if she doesn't revise her lessons well.
Fantastic. That's it. Well done. Okay, girls. So these were the 0 conditional and the first conditional. Now, the last one that I want us to revise is the second conditional, and I'm going to share this with you. I'll give you some time to do it. The second conditional expresses an unreal possibility. So if past simple, then the result is would and an infinitive. If I won the lottery, I would buy a new house. Or the other way around, I would buy a new house if I won the Christmas lottery. You use the second conditional for unreal situations in the future that are not impossible, but difficult to come true. Yeah, so it's a hypothetical situation. Careful when you use I, you can say, if I were in Rome now. Be careful when you use were for advice. If I were you, I would study more. Normally you have to say I was here, but when you're giving advice, it's if I were you. Okay, I'm going to share this link with you and I'll give you a couple of minutes for you to do it independently. There you go. Remember, it's past and would for this. Let me know, girls, when you're finished. Okay, even if you haven't finished, let's just have a look at what we have done so far. Tan, tell me the first phrase, please.
If Linda was here, I'm sure she would help us.
Perfect. She would help us. Very good. Sing in number 2.
What would you do if you saw a ghost?
If you saw a ghost. Very good. Tan?
If I found some money in the street, I would take it to the police.
I would, an infinitive. Not took.
I would
Take it. Yeah, so it would and the normal verb, the infinitive, the dictionary form. I would help, I would see, I would take. It's the past only in the first phrase. Yeah, okay. Sing it.
Michelle would be angry if someone took his computer without permission.
Very good. Would be took. Number 5, Tan.
If we didn't catch the 9 o'clock bus, we would arrive too late.
Perfect. Sing in.
Clara would not be upset if you told her the truth.
Very good. If you told her the truth. Tan.
If I knew how to solve this problem, I would do it.
Very good. Sing in.
If I failed the exam, I would be very disappointed. I've studied so hard.
Excellent. Tan.
Jenny would make a nice cake if she knew how to cook well.
Very good. Sing in.
If my husband was a famous actor, he would earn a lot of money.
Excellent. Tan.
We would not learn so quickly if we didn't have such a good teacher.
Very good. Sing in.
If it was raining tomorrow, we would not go to the beach, but the sky is so clear.
If it was raining tomorrow, if it was raining, or if it rained tomorrow, we will not go to the beach. Either works. Number 13, Tan.
If you stayed at home tonight, you would not see Tina at the party.
Yeah, perfect. Will not see. Number 14, Tan. Oh, sorry, sing in.
I would learn Japanese if I have time to do it.
Yeah, I would learn if I had time. Tan.
What would you do if you lose your passport in a
Foreign.
foreign country?
Yeah, if you lost. Past tense, lose, lost. Okay, number 16, sing in.
If you tried to give up smoking, you would feel much better.
You would feel much better. Excellent. Tan, 17.
If someone stole my car, I would report it to the police immediately.
Very good. I would report it. And then 18, sing in, last one.
Our friends would be really angry if we did not go to their party next Friday.
Very good. Fantastic. Right, girls, I think we are now able to do a quick revision of the conditionals. So, how many conditionals do we have? How many types? Tan.
3.
3 types of conditionals. What does the zero conditional express? Sing in.
Facts.
Facts, very good. What about the first conditional, Tan?
Possible.
Yeah, a real possibility. And sing in the second conditional.
A real possibility.
Very good. Tan, tell me, what tenses do we use for the zero conditional?
Present tense.
Present tense, both sentences, yeah? And what tenses do we use for the first conditional, sing in?
Present
And in the
And
second phrase?
and past.
No, so if I stay home, I will watch a movie.
Present and future.
Present and future, or if I stay home, I must do the dishes. Future or a modal verb. Yeah. So the first conditional, which expresses a possibility, you use present tense and future or modal verb. Should, must, have to. What tenses do we use in the second conditional, Tan?
Past tense and present.
If let's have a look. If I stayed at home, I would watch a series. If I were rich, I would buy a yacht. was the second tense? Past and would. Yeah. Okay, so one more time, girls. Zero conditional, present, present. First conditional, present, and future, or modal verb. Second conditional, past, and would. Okay? Makes sense? I think it's still a little bit unclear, but we'll just need to practice a bit more over and over again. Now, let's take a little break, and then we come back from the break, we'll go back to our textbook. Okay, so 10 minutes. I'll see you in 10 minutes, okay? I'm back. Hello. We're going to start with a little bit of super easy revision of body parts before we go to the book. So we have here a worksheet with the body parts. I want you to tell me, actually what I want is for you to annotate. So in any order you want, write the letters in the right gap. For example, the first one is the hand, so it would be C here. Okay, so on the screen, use the annotation and do any of the body parts in any order you want. Together. Yeah, excellent, Anne. Do some more. Yeah. Very good. The back. Excellent. The shoulders singing. Very good. The stomach, yeah. The foot. The finger, excellent. The head, excellent. Three more. Okay, the arm, yeah. And one more. That's it, the leg. Very good, girls. Very good revision. Now, I'm going to go to a different worksheet now, and still with body parts, but this time we're going to talk about illnesses. So let me just find it really quickly. They're quite easy, these ones, I am aware, but it's a good revision. Let me just go to the worksheet with illnesses now. Ooh. I think I put in the wrong password. Let me just go back and put it in again. Okay. Okay, aches and pains. Let's have a look. Aches, pains, illnesses. Right, so if you want to say that something hurts, you usually put the body part and ache at the end. For example, I've got a headache. Or you can say the body part and the verb aches. My arm aches. Let's have a look at the pictures here of the boy with different pains, and what would you say if you were him? For example, in the one where he's holding something over his head, it's I've got a headache. What would you say for this one, Tan?
My foot aches.
My foot aches. Yeah. My foot aches. Is there any other way you would say it?
I have got a foot ache.
Yeah, you can say I've got a foot ache, or you can say my foot hurts, or I've hurt my foot, or I have injured my foot. So many different ways of saying it. So say whatever comes to your mind first. Singing, what would you say for this one?
Nose injury.
I have a nose injury. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah, very good. I've got a nose injury. Yeah. Tan, what would you say for this one?
My knee hurt.
My knee hurts.
Hurt.
Hurts. Very good. Singing.
My arm was injured.
My arm was injured, or I hurt my arm. I broke my arm. I have an injury on my arm. Yeah. Or simply my arm aches. What about this one, Tan?
I broke my ear.
You can, but it just sounds a bit weird. I injured my ear. It's hard to break an ear unless you cut it off, like Van Gogh. There's a very famous painter who cut his ear off. He was crazy. So I've got an earache. My ear aches. I injured my ear. Singing, this one.
I have a toothache.
I have a toothache. I've got a toothache. Brilliant. Tan,
My leg aches.
very good. My leg aches. Singing.
I've got a stomach ache.
Very good. And the last one, Tan.
I've got a backache.
I have a backache. Very good. Well, my back hurts. Very, very good, girls. Well done. Talked about aches and pains. Now, what I would like us to do is we are going to watch a video about a doctor situation. So I just want you to watch it and listen to it. And then we are going to have a couple of activities on it. Okay.
Hello, Amina. How are you? You look a bit...
Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
Hello, Amina. How are you? You look a bit sad this morning.
Hi, Patrick. No, I'm not sad, but I don't feel well.
What's wrong? Are you ill?
I feel sick. I feel like throwing up.
Did you eat or drink too much last night?
No, on the contrary, I didn't eat a thing because I was feeling terrible. I only drank some herbal tea.
Maybe you're coming down with the flu.
I hope not, but it's true that I also have a headache and a sore throat, and I have a fever.
Then what are you doing here this morning? You should go back to bed right now.
I've got an appointment with the doctor.
Do you want me to go with you to the doctor's?
How kind of you, Patrick. I'd like that.
But aren't you afraid of the doctor?
No, I'm not afraid of the doctor, but I hate injections.
I'm sure the doctor will give you a prescription for medicine rather than an injection.
I don't know. I read somewhere that you can get vaccinated against the flu.
It's true, but it's mostly a prevention measure for older people.
But I also suffer from another type of illness. I'm allergic to school and to teachers.
You can't be that ill, Amina, because you haven't lost your sense of humour.
I'll only lose my sense of humour if my doctor wants to give me an injection.
Okay. Did you get the joke at the end? I'm allergic to school. Are you girls allergic to school and teachers? No. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of an exercise on this. Let's have a look. I want you to have a look at the following speech bubbles. And I want you to read them and tell me which order should I use for them, because then the ones underneath, they're not in the right order. So you need to tell me where to put them in this frame. Okay, I'll give you a minute for you to write numbers underneath. So 1, 2, 3, 4, however you think the order should be. All right, so you can write them next to the speech bubbles. Okay, so Singing send me the message on the chat. Let's see what Tan is saying as well. That's it. Both of you got it right. So 3, 2, 1, 4. Excellent. Well done, girls. Okay, now let's do the next exercise, which is multiple choice. Right, so for this, it's a bit of a timed one. You need to tell me, or you need to tick which image goes with the phrase, I have hurt my knee. On the screen, do an annotation. Yeah, perfect, Han. That was fast, well done. When I have a cold, my nose runs. Very good. Well done, both of you. I'm allergic to guinea pigs. That's a pig, but it's not a guinea pig. Yeah, that's a guinea pig. Dad often has backache. It's no fun for him. Very good. My friend is fed up. It's the third time he's broken his leg. Very good. The doctor has given me a prescription. Yeah, that's it. That's a prescription. I have to make an appointment with an optician. An optician. Yeah, an optician is an eye doctor. How awful. The nurse is going to give me an injection. Oh, I don't know this one. It's really weird. Is it this one? I don't think. No, it's not that one. Which one looks like a nurse? Yeah. Last year, my brother broke his elbow. Sometimes, if you suffer from a serious illness, you can lose all your hair. Oh, it's not that one. Similar. Yeah. Very good, girls. Excellent. Okay. Now, I think we should play a game. Knots and crosses. So together, you need to do 3 in a row, 3 X's or 3 crosses, so 3 knots or 3 crosses. I think you know this game. So to play a game, what you need to do is take turns, say the word, and then you have to tell me the number and the word, okay? And I will drag it on the screen for you. So for example, if you want to say 1, and then the word that goes with 1. The aim is to get 3 in a line to beat the opponent. Sing it, can you start?
Uh, 5. The pharmacy.
Excellent. 10.
Knife, the bag.
Very good. Sing it.
3. The doctor.
3, the doctor. Ooh. 10.
7, the hospital.
Excellent. Sing it.
8. The lake.
Very good. 10.
2, the ambulance.
Very good. Sing it.
6. The syrup.
Syrup. 10.
4, the bandage.
Very good. And sing in.
On the stomach.
Yeah. And nobody won. Very good game. That's how we know it's a good game. Right, so girls, what I want us to do now is have a look at the transcript of that dialogue we've seen earlier, you know, the video that we watched. And I want Tan to be Patrick, and singing, you're going to be Amina. And you're going to read out this conversation for us. Okay? Right, off we go.
Hello, Amina. How are you? You look a bit sad this morning.
Hi, Patrick. No, I'm not sad, but I don't feel well.
What's wrong? Are you ill?
I feel sick. I feel like throwing up.
Did you eat or drink too much last night?
No, on the contrary, I didn't eat a thing because I was feeling terrible. I only drank some herbal tea.
Maybe you are coming down with the flu.
I hope not, but it's true that I also have a headache and a sore throat, and I have a fever.
Then what are you doing here this morning? You should go back to bed right now.
I've got an appointment with the doctor.
Do you want me to go with you to the doctors?
How kind of you, Patrick? I'd like that.
But aren't you afraid of the doctor?
No, I'm not afraid of the doctor, but I hate injections.
I'm sure the doctor will give you a prescription for medicine rather than an injection.
I don't know. I read somewhere that you can
Red.
get. I read somewhere that you can get vaccinated against the flu.
It's true, but it's mostly a prevention measure for older people.
But I also suffer from another type of illness. I'm allergic to school and to teachers.
You can't be that ill, Amina, because you haven't lost your sense of humor.
I only lose my sense of humor if my doctor wants to give me an injection.
Well done, girls. That was very good pronunciation. Did you girls get the injections for COVID? How many did you get, Anne?
2.
2 vaccines. What about you, Singing?
Flu.
2 as well. Do you get it in school?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you have the virus? Were you sick? Dan? No, you didn't get it. What about you, Singing? Did you have it? No. That's great. Well done. I've had it. And I had a really bad sore throat and a fever. I was very tired, but other than that, it was okay. And I had 3 vaccines. What vaccine company do they use in Malaysia? Which vaccine did you get, Tan?
Pfizer.
Pfizer. And you, Singing?
Pfizer.
Pfizer as well. Okay, interesting. Right. Okay, guys. So I think we need to go back to our book now. So could you please open your textbooks on page 81. Page 81. So we are here on the vocab exercises on page 81. We are going to start with a little listening activity. Actually, I'm not going to put the listening. I'm just going to ask you to read the sentence and then answer the questions. Singing, can you read that sentence for us?
I had a nasty cough, a sore throat, and a stomach ache.
Brilliant. So you've already pronounced them perfectly. We talked about different illnesses, a cough, a sore throat, a stomach ache. There's not much we need to talk about in exercise 1. However, what we need to do for exercise 2 is decide if the words in the box are types of illnesses, accidents, or treatments. So let's start with illnesses. Can you read the words in the box that are illnesses? Tan.
Aspirin.
Aspirin, not an illness.
Fever.
Fever, yes, perfect.
Flu.
Flu, excellent.
High temperature.
Yeah, perfect. Any others, Singing? That she missed?
Spring.
A sprain, yeah, a sprain when you step on your leg, for example, and you twist it in a weird way and it hurts. Sprain. Anything else? That's an illness. Maybe we could actually think of sprain as an accident rather than an illness. Maybe it goes into accident better. I'll leave it for accident. There's one more for illness though. Right at the beginning, can you see it? No? It's earache. Earache is an illness. Earache. Okay, now let's have a look at accidents. What happens because of an accident? Tan.
Bruise,
Bruise, yeah.
fracture,
Fracture, yeah. We said sprain as well. There are two more. Thing in, can you see two more?
Wound.
Wound, yeah. And cut, yeah. Wound and cut. Everything else left, it's a treatment. So aspirin is a pill. Bandage, you've seen the photo for a bandage earlier. Oops. Medicine, pill, plaster, plaster cast when you have your whole hand in a plaster cast, that white thing. Test, X-ray. Okay, so for exercise 3, we have to write the verb that comes from these nouns. So for example, injury is the noun, injure is the verb. What would be the verb for cut? This one is easy. So I have a cut and the verb is I cut. It's the same spelling. I cut my hand. I wasn't careful and I cut my hand with a knife. Now I have a cut. Yeah. So the same spelling for two different types of words, a noun and a verb. What about bruise? Do you know the verb for bruise, Dan?
also bruise,
Excellent. So I have a bruise or I bruise easily. If you hit me, I bruise easily. So it's going to be purple in a second. What about cuff? What's the verb for cuff? Tan?
cough,
Perfect. It's exactly the same. I have a cough or I cough. And the same thing with sprain. I have a sprain or I sprained my ankle. Yeah. So these words are in the same form for both nouns and verbs. Now we need to come up with a rule for exercise 4. We need to use illness, treatments, or body or parts of the body to fill in these rules. Okay, so have a look and write in your book which ones go in which order. I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay? What did you write for number 1, Singing?
Parts of the body.
Parts of the body. Yeah, excellent. We normally use me, you're, there with parts of the body. Number 2, Tan.
Illnesses.
We use have or have got with illnesses. Excellent. And then Singing.
Illnesses.
We can't use illnesses anymore because we use their number 2. We use take, have, or put with
Treatments.
treatments. That's it, treatments. Okay. Now, we're going to have a conversation. You're going to have a conversation between you two about one of these things. So, for example, this is how the dialogue should go. Have you ever sprained your ankle? Yes, I have. When I was running. How did you feel? I felt I was in a lot of pain and I had to take medicine, for example. Yeah. So Tan, I want you to pick one of the others and ask Singin if she has ever experienced any of these problems. Okay. And Singin, I want you to give her an answer.
Have you ever had a stomach ache?
Yes, I have when I was sick.
How did you feel?
I feel my stomach was very
Painful.
painful, and I always need to go to the toilet.
Very good. Now, Singin, can you ask Tan for any of these?
Have you ever taken medicine?
Yes, I have. When I was I was sick.
When I was sick, yeah.
How did the medicine taste like?
The medicine tastes very bitter.
Very good. Tasted very bitter. Excellent, girls. That was an excellent conversation. Now, today we're going to have a look at another type of grammar clause. So these are called relative clauses. And I want us to read this text about sports injuries. You probably can see it better in your book. And I need you to underline the correct word that makes sense to you in each situation. Okay, I'll give you girls 5 minutes to do it on your own, and then we are going to read it out together. Have you finished? Almost? Okay. Tan, can you start with numbers 1 to 4? So read out the text up to the last sentence with the 4.
Most people that do regular sports are healthier and often feel happier than those who do little or no exercise. Care must be taken, though, to avoid the injuries which sport can sometimes cause. People who run or do the long jump, for instance, often injure themselves when they don't warm up properly. Training that
Wait, stop. Okay, thank you. Well done. And sing in the rest.
Training that involves doing the same exercise again and again can cause serious damage, particularly to athletes in their teens, whose bodies are still developing. It is important not to do too much too soon. Everyone should warm up before they begin, if possible in the place where they are going to exercise. It is important too for people to follow any safety advice that they receive.
Very beautiful, girls. Excellent pronunciation. I can see both of your accents have improved so much over these months. I'm really impressed with your progress and correct answers. Well done. Now, if you have done these correctly, that means that you would be able to complete the rules with the correct words here. So which words would we use for people? That and which, when, who, whose, where. Which one, singing?
Who.
Who, excellent. That and who goes for people. What about for things? Tan.
which
Yeah, that and which. And for times, singing?
When?
When, very good. And for places, Tan?
where
Where, very good. And what about possessions? Singing. Mm, no, so something that belongs to someone. Let's have. What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Whose?
Whose, that's it. Excellent. Whose. So it was like whose bodies. The body of the teenagers in the text. Whose. Spelled like this. Let me spell out. Whose. Very good. So what you need to remember from here, that can be used for both things or people. Who is always for people, which always for things, when times, where places, and whose for possessions. Okay, now let's scroll up to exercise 3. You should be able to fill in exercise 3 now with one of these words. Where, which, when, who, whose, or that. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it. Okay. Let's check the exercise 3. First one is already done. The TV series which or that starts tonight is about doctors. Tan, what did you write for number 2?
People who swim a lot are usually quite fit.
Very good. Sing in.
This is the park where I fell over and injured myself when I was younger.
Very good. Excellent. Number 4, Tan.
I had a horrible cough which took about 2 weeks to go away.
Very good. Sing in.
Elena has a brother whose name is Ryan.
Very good. Whose name? So that's possessive. So the name belongs to the brother. Yeah. And Tan.
Winter is the time when many people get the flu.
Very good. When many people get the flu. Right. Fantastic. Girls, I've sent you on the chat the link to the homework. So that's where I want you to open a Word document, and I want you to do for homework exercise 4. Let's have a look at what we need to do. You need to complete the sentences in as many ways as you can. So I would suggest at least 3 options, at least 3 sentences per situation. Going shopping is something which I really enjoy. Going shopping is something which I do once a month. Going shopping is something which I hate. Whatever you want to say, but I want 3 times 6, that's 18 different sentences for homework. Yeah? Is that clear? Okay. And I want you to also go and read the grammar section on page 134. So let me just go now. Page 134. This is just for you to read. Where is it? 134. This bit. Defining and non-defining relative clauses. Yeah, so I want you to have a look through this page, because next lesson we're going to start with exercise 1 there. We're going to see how much you understood from the reading. Okay? Any questions? No? Okay. Well, I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you next week. Goodbye, girls.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye,
Bye, teacher.
Tan. Bye, Singin.